All right, guys, this is the Angryprepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about, will there be violence after the election on November 3rd? Now, obviously, there's going to be more violence, because somebody else is going to get killed or somebody's going to protest and get shot. So we're going to have that kind of violence. Is America going to break out into full civil war? I don't know. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no, right? Keep in mind that we talked about the Archduke that was assassinated, that started Civil War. That started World War I. That Archduke was a low-level Archduke, right? And he got killed, and the world fell apart fast. So we don't know. No one saw World War I happening when the Archduke was assassinated, and everything broke out after that. So we don't know. I like to say maybe and might, because that's what the world we're living in right now. Maybe and might. It's not a definite. Right? We're not going to sit here and say definitely Trump's winning. We can't sit here and say definitely Biden's winning. We don't know, because this race is so damn tight and so close. Now, why do people think there might be violence after this election? Like I said in my last video, gun sales are up. Gun sales have shot through the roof this year alone. 18 million weapons were sold. It seems as if everyone bought a firearm this year alone. People just want to defend themselves, and I think, like I said before, some people want to buy weapons to go on the offense, to attack. So, like I said before, my last video, right-wing groups and left-wing groups are preparing for violence. They are gearing up. We're hearing this chatter in different forums. We're seeing this chatter on different YouTube channels, at least in the comment section, not YouTubers, right? So we're hearing this chatter, and I'm getting emails about left-wing gearing up for attack. Now, we've watched left-wing people gear up for attacks. We've watched them leave these vans with shit inside of them. Hell, I know even 2 cops personally that told me they found vans with bricks, signs, 2x4s and things like that inside of them. So what is that for, right? That's for the left to attack, throw bricks at cop cars, and even gasoline cans and light shit up. So there's absolutely something there behind violence happening, because we're seeing it in smaller spots, like here in New York. I know that it happened in other cities. I just don't know where, but I know, because I've seen videos, but I've known 2 cops who have caught this act when they pulled over, not pulled over, when they saw this abandoned looking van just sitting there in a weird spot. They open it up, boom, shit inside of it. I also think there's how you say, not a rat, well, fuck it. They also have a rat inside the left community who's ratting these spots out. I mentioned a politician named Katby Smith. I think it's Katbi Smith, from the Democratic Socialist Party, saying that she's, we've always watched right-wing militias gear up for attacks. It's time for us to gear up attack. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, right? And by her saying that, and she's saying, well, the left needs to get ready. The left has been doing it already, and no one's been doing anything about it. I think that's why militias are arming themselves and getting ready, because they watched the left get away with all of this shit and no accountability. So now they're gearing up. The only problem is, I think the right is going to sit back a little longer to watch what unfolds and then attack. But I don't know. When it comes to militias, no one really knows, right? Militias are fractured. They're fractured throughout the United States. So many militia groups have splintered off to start their own militia group. It's insane. So who the fuck knows? Nonetheless, the left is definitely gearing up for something bad. I mean, listen, they've done it with these protests in the last few months. What makes you believe they won't do it for the election or after the election? Gun owners are now stating there's a problem with them finding weapons. So they can't get weapons, they can't get ammo. They're having a big problem. They're calling their distributors, and the distributors have nothing for them. Why? Because everyone ran out to buy firearms. If everybody ran out to buy firearms, that means they're doing one or 2 things, like I said before, and I say it again. They're looking to attack, or they're looking to protect themselves. There's a problem, because now somebody like myself, if I move upstate in a month or 2, I can't get a firearm. I have to get a 22 or some shit like that and hope for the best. Better become John Wick with that 22 and aim for the head every shot, because if the guy's standing too far from me, a fucking 22 is going to tickle him, So yes, you can kill with a 22. I have seen people killed with a 22, but I've also seen enough people shot with a 22 where the bullet just like sticking right out of their skin like a giant pimple. So again, firearms are becoming an issue as far as buying them. So I'm late to the party, guys. I'm already screwed. But for those of you that are stocked up, stay that way and try to buy what you can. You know what I mean? That's all I can say about that. So here's the other bad language that I'm hearing. Republicans and Democrats alike are saying that the country would be better off if the other side was dead. This is both sides saying this. Same shit. That's bad. That's bad because that can absolutely start violence after the elections. I think that after the elections, there is going to be some violence, like I said before. How bad it's going to get is the question. Now, again, some of us doom and gloom people will be like, it's going to get absolutely bad. And some of us optimistic people are going to be like, well, you know, it's going to get bad, but not that bad. And there's some people like, nothing's going to happen. That's the third side of that. So we don't know. That's the whole point of me doing these videos, guys, is that we do not know what's going to happen for sure. There's a lot of things we've gotten wrong. All right. I've said in a video I'm going to release probably in a day or two that we've gotten a lot of shit wrong. We've thought so many different things was going to happen from 2012, Y2K, right? All these end of the world predictions, and nothing has happened because we're sitting there hoping something bad happens, and then it doesn't. And then we look disappointed. Remember that asshole that was down in Times Square a few years back? He had his stupid asshole followers with him, and they were all sitting there downtown looking at the clock, and they were sitting there, they were like, you know, they were counting the time down when the end of the world was supposed to happen. If I could find the video of this asshole, I'll put the link in the description section. You got to see the look on his face when it didn't come to an end. He was standing there like, oh my God, what happened? Maybe, I don't know what happened. Is there, oh God, I have to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to have to start all over again and recalculate. He got it wrong. He wholeheartedly believed the world was coming to an end. And it didn't end. It just didn't end. We got to stop with the doom and gloom shit. There is mights and maybes. That's all we have. The absolutes, you know, some people are like, well, I saw COVID coming. We all saw COVID coming. We also saw some kind of pandemic coming. I saw something stronger. I thought, you know, the pandemic we were going to get was going to be like contagion with a 25% mortality rate, not a less than 1% mortality rate, right? But nonetheless, it was just a matter of time, guys. If you throw shit against the wall enough, something is going to stick. That's how it works. There's no guarantees. There's maybes. There's mights. There's it could happen. That's it. Now, the good news is the vast majority of Americans are not going to get involved in this violence. They're not going to get down with it. They're not going to be like, let's get some. The vast majority of Americans. But 5% out of 1 million can still cause chaos in the United States. Just keep that in mind. For everyone who's protesting and burning shit down, that's probably less than 5% of the people of America. But look at the chaos they're causing. Look at the disruption they're causing. So, just keep that in mind. There will be violence after the election? Yes. Well, it depends on how bad it will get. That's what we have to work off of. We have to pivot and adapt to however bad it might get. All right? I am not saying, guys, fucking dress up like John Rambo and get ready for the shit. I'm just saying keep your head on a swivel, keep your ear to the ground so that you know or that it's coming or might be coming, right? And so if you hear some shit that sounds plausible, you get ready for it. And then when it happens, you react, but you don't react before, right? That's what prepping does. We prepare for these events. Whether they happen or not, you still prepare for them, all right? People prepare for tsunamis, and they're likely not to have one happen. People prepare for the supervolcano. That was me on Doomsday Prepper. And I wasn't preparing for that, by the way. I'm not going to get into it. That'll be a different video. But nonetheless, people prepare for a supervolcano, and that's less likely to happen. Nonetheless, they're prepared, right? There are certain things we prepare for, and we prepare because it might happen, not that it will. When 2012 rolled around the corner, guys, people swore the world was going to end. Swore. They were so fucking convinced. They uplifted their entire fucking family to move to some spot down south, and then nothing happened. And then they look like an asshole. So beware of looking like the asshole. We prepare. That's all we do. Now the guy, hopefully, is living a better life down south, but nonetheless, a lot of people who uprooted their entire family because they swore something was going to happen and it didn't. My point is, don't swear that something's going to happen. Have an idea. Put it in the back of your head, come up with a backup plan, and then enact it if you have to. That's it. All right, guys, this is the Angryprepper. Thank you for watching. You can like, subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching.